What's your favorite scary movie? Is it Halloween? Is it Thanksgiving? Is it a Hassan Piker video? Well, mine is... Ah! 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 Whoa. Jesus?
What? Sure.
What are you doing here?
It's Christmas, bro. Why are you uploading a Halloween video?
Well, because I didn't do a Halloween upload, and everyone knows Halloween is better than Christmas, and I gotta do a holiday special so I can get that YouTube bag and...
Alright, bro, just shut up. Here.
Ah! Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, what a wonderful holiday period it is. I mean, not down here because it's 40 degrees every day, but I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday period, and I hope you're all spending time with your family and friends, and I hope you hold them close, because today we're delving into the world of Christmas horror. Mainly because I didn't upload a Halloween episode this year, as I just come off the back of the Avatar one, and we've all seen my upload schedule. Do you really think you're getting 2 uploads less than 2 weeks apart from me? Are you kidding? I would also like to apologize for the bad lighting. Not this. This is fantastic lighting. But more specifically, on my face, I don't have a light on my desk to shine on me. I may get one in future. But for now, we're going to have to deal with this. But nevertheless, grab some popcorn, grab a nice hot chocolate, grab your drinks, grab your friends. If you're in the US or somewhere with snow, I envy you. Cuddle up tight, and let's get into it. Christmas horror. Not exactly 2 things you would expect to mix together. The joy and cheer of Christmas with snow and presents and the best Christmas movie to exist, combined with the intensity of blood, gore, suspense, and spooky jump scares. But of course, if there's a market for it, people are going to try and make money from it, to wildly varying success in this instance. So let's go through a magical Christmas journey and experience these games from the great to the okay to the pretty bad. So let's begin with our first game. The game begins with you coming back from a long day at work, ready for the new year, just wanting to relax at home. You head into the kitchen and the worst thing that could happen to a man happens. Worse than a divorce, worse than being murdered, perhaps even worse than there's no beer in the fridge. And because no man can enjoy himself without cracking a cold one, you decide to go to the local store to get some beer, where you find your neighbors have left you a lovely present outside your house. You see, when you come back from work, the street is laden with fireworks for the new year, and I mean, what can you say? You're just so excited for the new year that when you come back from work, you just have to set them off. So when you head back out and they've left you a lovely Christmas tree with some free fireworks, I mean, it would be rude not to set them off when you think about it. You head through the neighborhood and through a really nice snow-covered park to reach the middle of butt-fuck nowhere convenience store in your neighborhood. And you find the store employee, Jack, I think, nowhere to be found. You go around the store with a grocery list, getting warm beers instead of cold ones for some godforsaken reason. And then the power goes out and you hear a spooky noise in the back of the store. You head back there and what you find, I mean, it's horrifying. You find Jack absolutely destroying the toilet bowl with last night's Taco Bell. So, I mean, I guess it's nothing to be worried about, except for Jack is probably shitting in darkness right now. And I mean, that's a terrifying thought. And this is when we get our first visit from the cause of our suffering over this here holiday season. This jump scare got me better than pretty much any jump scare has gotten me in the past. I was so relaxed and not expecting a jump scare with another person so close nearby. It was genuinely fantastic. After leaving your money on the counter, you head out of the store and back to your house. And everyone say it with me now, wow, this game looks amazing. Once you reach the neighborhood, you find another little gift from your neighbors. This time it looks like they know it's you who stole the fireworks, as the tree is planted in front of your door. But I mean, hey, if they insist. Heading inside, you throw the groceries on the table and decide you'll sort them out later. But first you need to decorate the tree. So maybe it's not New Year's and your neighbors just set out fireworks weeks in advance to potentially get snow on and ruined. Interesting. But anyway, you head downstairs and grab the decorations from the basement and head back up. Nothing too suspicious yet. And damn, that is a nice Christmas tree. Certainly better than mine. You sit down on the couch and crack open a warm one. The sound of winter sports and festivities filling your ears before you fall asleep. Upon waking up, you find the power in the house to be out. You grab a lighter that's on the telephone table for some reason when you hear a noise behind you. You decide that you better go check the fuses for the electricity. Back in the basement, in the direction the door shut. So you go ahead and you open the door to the garage. This is such a good use of lighting in a way to scare the player, because anyone who was paying attention when you went down to the garage the first time would have seen these lights and known that there was nothing bad. But now with the door shutting, you're more on edge, so seeing these glowing dots in the distance, which just turns out to be the lights on the radio, does not help with the nerves. This game is honestly great, and I wish I could upload the video of it on this channel, because this game uses such amazing sound design to unnerve and scare the player. I mean, the creaking stairs, the breathing in the garage, it's all so good. Heading downstairs, you find 3 of the fuses on your breaker have been ripped off. Seems like someone is messing with us, if you ask me. Maybe it's those damn neighbors who won't let me set off their fireworks for some reason. Heading back up the stairs, we find a present waiting for us, and on it, a spooky note covered in spooky blood points us to something on the Christmas tree. And it's a note with a riddle on it. Where it's always cold both in winter and in summer. The fridge? The fridge, right? I'm so smart. After getting the first fuse, whoever is in our house has been watching some Trump videos, because this guy builds a wall in 2 seconds flat. Obviously this wall is far too tall to jump over, so you have to go and find something to break it down. Heading to the garage, you find your supreme crowbar and bust that shit open. You head upstairs to find the bedroom door at the end of the hallway wide open. I got you good, huh? I got you good, didn't I? Yeah. The second fuse. Only one more to go. Can you guess where the last fuse is? That's right. It's strung up on a corpse in your bathroom. Yay. After a few more jump scares and some insulting notes from whatever this thing is tormenting us, you finally get the power back on in the basement. Now you can go upstairs, finally enjoy your Christmas tree, chill on the couch, the bloodstains can wait to be cleaned up, and that fucker stole the Christmas tree. Then this little demon goblin fucker starts taunting us even more, blaming us for what happened to our family, whatever that might be. Initially I thought we got them killed or something, but that theory is about to be disproven in just a second. Picking up one more note, the TV starts crackling and almost setting ablaze, and the rest of the lights explode and go out. The garage door opens, and inside...
A cardio bike!
The goblin creature is spazzing out in front of our tree, and it asks us if we've been a good boy this year. What do you think, Connor? Are you a good boy? Yeah, I was. Before the lights in the tree go out, we're urged to do it. Just do it! Just do it! Before one final jump scare, which I completely missed when coming out of the garage. We wake up from our nap, the light's still out, and a note sitting on the table telling us to call Erin to apologize. You pick up the phone and call her, but a strange voice comes over the phone, and you notice all of the Christmas decorations are missing. You walk around the house trying to find out what's going on when... Oh... You find your family, Erin and your son, massacred and bloody, wrapped up in wrapping paper, blood everywhere, just everywhere. You leave the room to find the goblin in the bathroom, and he's left you another note. Now this motherfucker is in full-on aggro mode, jump scaring you every 5 seconds before leading you downstairs to find your family, all ready for Christmas. You wake up, Christmas decorations hung, festive music playing. It was all a dream, and when you go to ring Erin, she picks up. You get a pretty sappy dialogue here between you and Erin about reuniting over the new year, bringing your family back together. It's a nice way to end the game though. It's almost a Christmas miracle. This is a very fun game. Of course, it looks amazing. The Christmas lights in the street look genuinely fantastic, but that was obvious. This is supposed to be an aesthetic game after all. But the horror in this game was great as well. This was actually the only game on our list here today where I actually got scared. Of course, because of the jump scares, which are obviously cheap, but also the sound design really brings the scares together. I was genuinely scared to progress the game and go into different parts of the house because I was worried about what was waiting for me. I do really like this game, and I will definitely be playing it next Christmas. 8 out of 10. This is our first of the lower rated games here today. Well, at least I thought it was, as looking at the Steam page, we can see that Steam has classified this game as mixed on the main page, but when clicking into the reviews, 71% of them are positive, and out of the 14 reviews of the game, only 4 are negative. Doesn't really sound very mixed to me now, does it, Steam? Frostgrim's Revenge is also our only game on this list with a co-op mode. Now, I never played the co-op version because I have no friends, but I did still play the single player version. And I can agree with the positive reviews of this game. This game is super fun. Essentially, this game is just Slender Man the 8 pages.
Whoa. Whoa! What the hell is this?
And if you need a refresher on that game from a simpler time, Slender Man had the player walking around a wooded area trying to find, well, 8 pages scattered among the trees. While you were attempting to do this, Slender Man would be hunting you down. Slender Man would attempt to kill the player in the same way Weeping Angels do, moving closer to the player when not in their line of sight, and freezing when the player is looking at them. If Slender Man gets too close, he'll diddle you. Looking at Slender Man for extended periods of time to avoid him moving also caused you to die. So Frostgrim's Revenge works relatively similar to this. You travel around a relatively large-sized map looking for pages, where the amount of pages you have to look for changes depending on how many people you're playing with, which can be up to 5. Now, while I'm not entirely sure how Frostgrim works, I can give you a general idea. While looking for pages, Frostgrim will travel around the map, and you'll know he's close because you'll hear whispers echo around you and will start hearing sleigh bells ringing as he approaches. You'll also know he's coming because Frostgrim is wrapped in Christmas lights. Something that I'm very appreciative of because this map is super dark, especially when you've got your torch out. You really can't see 5 meters in front of you. If Frostgrim catches up to you, you won't actually die. Because this is mainly a co-op game, you'll only get frozen, which lets any players playing with you revive you in game. This, of course, is a problem when you're playing by yourself because you still get frozen, not actually die, which means you have to go back to the main menu by pressing escape and manually going back instead of just being sent back after death. So I think if it was made that you die when playing by yourself, that would be a nice change, as the game does know when you're playing by yourself. There are still ways to prevent Frostgrim from catching up to you, however. Scattered around the map, you'll find campfires. These campfires serve 2 purposes. The first being that if you're being pursued by Frostgrim, you can simply run near a fire and he'll disappear into thin air. This delays Frost for a short amount of time before he can become active again. The other purpose of the campfire is to warm yourself up, as if you look to the bottom left of your screen, you'll see a temperature meter, which starts at 30 degrees and slowly drains. If this meter reaches 0, you'll become frozen again, meaning if you're in single player and you freeze, you've essentially lost and have to start again. I think this makes playing this game alone significantly harder than playing with friends, because not only is Frost coming after you and only you, but one slip up and you have to start from the beginning. The other way to prevent Frostgrim from reaching you is by taking shelter in the houses scattered across the village map, as Frost cannot enter said houses. I do specify the village map here, as there are actually 2 maps in this game, Village and Carnival. In Carnival, from what I could tell based on my time playing the game, there are no houses, meaning fires are the only way to protect yourself from Frostgrim. If you're playing the co-op mode though, there is a way to get revived. To my best knowledge from what I saw online, another player has to take you, or rather your soul, to the snowman's graveyard, which I had stumbled across on the Carnival map, not knowing at all what it was, but after researching up on it, I guess I know now. Okay, well, that's all well and good, you may be saying, but what about the pages? You know, the main point of the game? Don't you worry, my child, we'll get to them in due time. And that due time is right now. The pages in this game are called Santa's Cursed Naughty List. Now, why would a ravenous cursed snowman be trying to kill you over these pages? I don't know. And as I mentioned before, on a team of 1, you need to collect 5 of these pages. And because these maps are so big, there's actually a pretty good mechanic where the closer you get to one of the pages, they'll give off a Christmas jingle, and will be located around small points of interest around the map, which makes finding them on the Carnival map especially easy, as they're always located around carnival rides covered in really bright Christmas lights. I originally thought that the jingling bells were an audio bug from when Frostgrim approached and never disappeared when I lured him into a fire, and I was walking around for 10 minutes wondering why the noise wasn't going away, as it was slowly getting quieter and louder, before I got so pissed I rage quit.
This music's annoying as fuck. Jesus.
But when I finally found out the bells were the notes, my mind expanded to a plane beyond comprehension for regular humans.
What's this? Oh! Oh! The bells are like the pages. Oh my gosh. I wish it explained that at any point. Oh wow, okay.
I locked in harder than any human has locked in before to complete the game, dodging Frost one by one, collecting every page, picking up even the slightest hint of the jingle of those bells. And upon completing the game, I don't actually know. I never actually found all the 5 pages. That was going to take way too long. But after a quick Google search, apparently after you find all the pages, you break the curse on Frostgrim and escape the village alive. The game looks fantastic and is very fun to play. It's not as tense as some other horror games with its lack of jump scares and rather just a black screen when you get caught. And it does kind of suffer from a basic gameplay mechanic, but it looks fantastic and the gameplay is fun nonetheless. 6.5 out of 10, would play again. Christmas Massacre is the most unique game we have here today for a lot of different reasons, but mainly because you cause the horror. You play as Larry, a kid, a guy, not really sure, who goes on a murder spree around Christmas, fueled by rage against, nuns, I think. The game begins on Christmas 1959, in a school, where a nun is telling you can't come to the Christmas party, even though everyone else is there. It's here you're taught the basics of movement and hiding in the shadows to not be caught. You're then instructed to sneak to the kitchen to get a knife, something that took me way longer to do than it should have on account I went through every single room in the building first and found the kitchen last. One thing you'll immediately notice about this game is the art style. The game uses a combination of PS1 era graphics and a VHS filter, which can be toggled through a bunch of other filter options to create an early 90s feeling horror experience, all eliciting the feeling that we're watching some kind of old camera footage or police tapes. I really like the visual style of this game, and it's much more entertaining and unique than the realism style of other games on this list. This Christmas list, you could say. Huh? Huh?
Shut your stupid.
Once you find the kitchen, you grab the knife and move out onto the dance floor, where you begin your first killing spree. This is where you find out about the mechanics of being seen and people escaping. If you're spotted, people will immediately run to the nearest exit of the level. If they do reach it, you get caught and must start the level from the beginning. Once you go through the school and kill everyone, you're given a rank based on your performance, graded on score and how long it took you to complete the level. I didn't realize we were going to be back in school playing this game, getting fucking graded on our performance, but I guess we are. Upon your first murder, you return home where you find the best damn character in all of gaming, Christmas Tree, in what I can only assume is full reality and not a figment of your imagination. Your Christmas Tree instructs you to kill them all, and so for the next 2 weeks leading up to Christmas and the New Year, you go on a murder spree across town, getting ranked on all your efforts. Between nights, you have small interludes where you return to your house that's in desperate need of some spring cleaning. Most of these small breaks are nothing notable, the tree just telling you to keep killing. Some of these are questionable, however.
What the fuck? Grandma? Whoa! Ah! No! No! I don't want to burn to death! Let me out! Die! No! Oh, oh, what the fuck? What? What is going on?
What could these mean? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there's more to that tree than is initially led on, but that's just a theory.
A game theory.
Either way, once you go through all the levels, you return to the school you grew up in with a new weapon.
Okay, easy enough. Oh.
The whole point of this level is, as you could probably have guessed, is to burn down the school. However, using the flamethrower can actually make this level much harder than it needs to be, as setting someone on fire, just like in real life, takes a tad bit longer than stabbing them to kill them. And you're not Michael Myers either, so you also take damage from the fire. The fire that never goes away. So I found it a lot easier to just stab everyone and burn down the school after. There is no way this video is getting monetized. Now, I originally thought this level was the conclusion of the game, as unlike every other level in this game, there's no instant exit to get to the next level. You need to run around the map for a bit and find your van, where the exit sign doesn't show until you get close to it. I honestly would have preferred this to be the ending to the game, and being trapped here forever, as a kind of purgatory or punishment for Larry, or perhaps even
IT double hockey sticks.
And the next true ending to the game, the hospital level, is a secret level you can unlock via the menus. But alas, that is not the way it is. So I had to go back and play through the school level again to get the footage. Once you manage to find the van to the exit, you drive back to your house where your Christmas tree has called the FBI on you. And I mean, what the fuck, man? I thought we were friends. As the sun sets on a new day, a new year blossoms, Larry is convicted of 36 counts of first-degree murder, and the game ends. The hospital level after this is technically a secret epilogue level, as it plays after the credits, but in it, instead of rotting in a jail cell like you should be, you're in a mental hospital and kill everyone inside, leaving you to escape the hospital and go to kill another day. I really liked Christmas Massacre. It's the most unique game we have here on our list today. The gameplay is fun and the locations give a strange aesthetic, in a good way. I think the seemingly desertedness of the town levels, except for the singular places you can enter, gives me the vibes of those scenes in the Polar Express where they're walking through the streets of the North Pole and all the elves are in the town square, and I love that. I really enjoy the ability to change what filters you can have over the game to give different vibes, and the graphics are super unique. Of course, deciding to use older PS graphics in the days of games trying to be as hyper-realistic as possible. And I think the graphics really fit the game. The soundtrack to this game is also surprisingly good, with a lot of low tones and synths, which is actually the background music that's been used for this entire segment. Overall, this game was really well made and super fun. It's got a nice full gameplay time of about 1 hour, so it's short and sweet and you can easily be played in one session. 8.5 out of 10. I would highly recommend this game to anyone who just has a few dollars to spare and doesn't know what they want to play. This game is by far the shortest in this video, only taking around 10 minutes to complete in total, depending on what ending you choose. I'm pretty positive this game was made only by one person, not because of the quality, because this game is, you know, pretty good looking for a short game, but simply because of how short it is. The quickest ending to this game, which only takes a couple of minutes at most, is to just go straight to bed once you spawn in. That's it. You go to bed, wake up, free roam around the house for about 5 minutes with no clear directive, and the game not telling you what to do before you hear a young girl's voice saying, "I win."
Anita Max win.
Before your screen goes black and you're sent back to the main menu. Yet, to be honest, I have no idea what this ending for the game is supposed to be. My guess is that this final section was supposed to be you waking up on Christmas morning and playing hide and seek with your little sister. That's honestly my best guess, but I think this part of the game is just unfinished. The proper way to play this game is by shifting your attention next to the Christmas tree, where you'll find a delicious batch of freshly baked gingerbread men for Santa. Next to the cookies, you'll find a note left from your parents, one which vehemently discourages you from eating Santa's cookies. Of course, I didn't see this warning until much after I indulge in the delectable cookies, and so upon this, the great Santa Claus himself appears in your hallway and chases you down before banishing you to the Shadow Realm. This Shadow Realm that you're banished to is actually a maze, and Mr. Claus is hunting you down, because he hates when his cookies are eaten. The rest of the game is very simple, you just have to find a way to escape the maze. But this little fuck-ass Santa guy over here, teleporting around the maze, chasing you down, trying to punish you for eating his delectable cookies. One thing I do really like about this game is the design of Santa. While most of the game is a simple 3D art style, the Santa model is a 2D 16-bit sprite which chases you around. This really has no significance in the game to my knowledge, but I think it's a cool little design choice. Kind of reminds me of those stupid fucking Roblox head chase games. If you make it to the end of the maze, however, which is just a full room of presents and a Christmas tree, then you'll be sent back to your bed, and you play out the same ending as before. This game isn't necessarily bad per se, but it is very short, very basic, and the ending does feel unfinished. 3 out of 10, fine enough game, but I personally would not play it again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our final game this here Christmas season. And fittingly, my favourite of the bunch. Christmas Night is a horror game based fully inside your house and has a very similar feeling to the first chapter of Fears to Fathom. The game begins with you waking up in your room and hearing your door close downstairs. You follow the noise and find your mum has had to leave the house because your uncle has gotten sick and she needed to run to the hospital. And when you go downstairs to investigate, you find a note on your doorway explaining why she's disappeared and that she's locked the front door. She also told you in the note that she's left a pizza in the fridge for you to cook in the microwave. Ugh! And also to hang your Christmas list for Santa on the Christmas tree. Now, if you didn't spot the Christmas list sitting on your bedside table when you first woke up, you have to scour the whole house trying to find it, as the game does not tell you where it is. But once you do that, then you can get your pizza and cook it in the microwave before sitting on the couch where you turn on some freaky animated Christmas movie. And one thing I've got to say about this game, for the third time today, is this game looks great. And I know it's cheap and easy to just say any aesthetic game with realistic graphics looks good, but this one really does look great, especially all the Christmas decorations, like the tree. Shit.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
I was really excited when I saw you could peep through the windows in your house, because my mind immediately went to thinking this would be a FNAF type game where you have to keep Santa from getting in the house. Unfortunately, this isn't the case, and the window mechanic is pretty underutilized in the game, only used for one thing later, but it's still a cool touch that you can focus fully in the window and not just have to stand a couple of meters away and not see anything, like a lot of other games. While eating your dinner, you hear a loud crash coming from inside the living room to find flickering lights from the hallway. After checking your diary, which is your way of getting objectives in this game, you're instructed to go upstairs. Great. Once you head upstairs, you walk over to your room before... Oh no. This is where the real meat and potatoes of the game starts, as hanging on your wall, you find Santa's first task list.
Hiya, Georgie.
Santa tells you that he's going to give you tasks and you must complete them before time runs out, otherwise you'll stay on Santa's naughty list. In this one, you're instructed to run around the house and turn off all the lights, lighting all the candles within 4 minutes. Now, thankfully, I knew where the lighter was because I'm not sure if the timer starts when you put down the page or turn off the first light or whatever. But once you retrieve the lighter and the glow stick, which Santa left for you, you go around and do his task. Now, thankfully, I didn't fail this first task because I'm just so good. After this first task, if you turn on any of the lights at any other point in the game, you'll make Santa angry. Turn on more than 2 lights at once, and Santa will kill you. I think. I never actually did it. I didn't want to test the waters. After you complete the task, you head upstairs to find your mum's cell phone ringing. Unfortunately, the call goes to voicemail before you can pick it up. Next to the bed, you see Santa's next task. Nutcrackers, a staple holiday tradition. This time, Santa has hidden 5 of them around the house, and you have 5 minutes to find them all. Thankfully, this game decided it would be nice to highlight where the nutcrackers were once you approach them, because if it didn't, this task would be much harder than it needs to be. After grabbing the nutcracker in your room, most likely the second one you'll grab, you hear a knock on the door. Turns out it's your uncle. Best not let him in. God knows what he'll do to you. He says that he's the one who's called on the phone and he saw something in the newspaper. Now, there is an achievement for finding the newspaper and reading it, but I couldn't find it, so... After heading to the front door and apparently being too stupid to unlock it, our uncle gets jumped by Santa and is dragged to the side of the house where we can finally look through the window.
Hello, Uncle? Uncle, no!
This challenge is the first one I managed to fail, as I never saw the last nutcracker, which is up on a bookshelf, and you need to use a ladder to get to it. So once the timer reached 0... Oh, and there's a timer for all the challenges on top of the fireplace. It's a pretty serviceable jump scare, especially seeing it's one I saw way too many times in the final section of the game. But once you get up to the top of the shelf for the last nutcracker, you also find a stick. Well, this game calls it a stick, it's actually more of a cane, and you need it for the final section of the game. That section comes when Santa tells you to fetch some firewood because he took out the fireplace when he came down the chimney. And you wouldn't want Mum to get mad that you messed up the fireplace now, would you? Now, this section requires more input from the player than previous sections, so listen closely. First, you need to collect the 2 pieces of wood by the fireplace. Then, you need to go upstairs and use the cane you got in the previous challenge to bring down the attic staircase. Once you do that, you need to do 2 things in the attic. First, grab the 2 pieces of firewood up here, and 2, search the attic until you find a family photo on a mannequin. Then, you need to memorize the 4-digit code on that photo, the year 2012, and bring it down to your mum's bedroom. Here, you'll input the code into the safe, where you'll find a key. You can use this key to go downstairs and unlock the door to the basement, where you'll find the other 4 pieces of wood, all within the span of 8 minutes. Got that? Great, because while I was explaining that, I did all of it in the background footage you just saw, granted in a less organized fashion, and now we're in the very final section of the game. You see, Santa isn't exactly your traditional Santa in this game, if you couldn't tell already. And once you light the fireplace, he does keep his word that he'll give you your gift, but he also kills your mum in a horrendous fashion.
Mom, what the fuck? Mom, no, what? Oh shit. my fucking god.
Like, she is not waking up from that, bro. And now, because Santa has given you your present, you're fair game to be next on the chopping block. You're now instructed by the game, not Santa, to run, and Santa is giving chase. Now, to make this more interesting, Santa, the cheeky fucker, ripped out the lights. So now all you have to see is your shitty glow stick he gave you earlier, and the candles you lit before. To escape Santa, you need to go through a couple of hurdles. First, you need to call the police, which you can only do when Santa doesn't know where you are. Which is a problem, since the home phone is down in the living room. And this motherfucker decided that the living room is the majority part of the house he wants to walk around in. However, once you manage to break his ankles and get to the phone, you call the police and then have to turn on all the lights in the house to attract their attention. This is actually a really nicely thought out section, because instead of just letting you wait around the house and stay hidden until the police get there, the game is forcing you to go and confront the big man himself. Now is probably a good time to bring up the loft. While you're running around, you can go up to the attic of your house as a save point and a safe place to get away from Santa, because apparently he can't walk up some stairs. This is great because it means you don't have to start all over again if he catches you. And he caught me. A lot.
The handle. Oh my god. Yeah. At this point, I'm just gonna let him kill me at this point. Like...
But it does bring into issue that you'll be going up here a lot, as it's basically the only way to get him off your back, seeing a lot of the time he can see you through walls and ceilings and is relentless in chasing after you. Once you get all the lights and radio turned on, however, you may think the game is over and you've won. Nope, because fuck you. No, what actually happens is this bastard St. Nicholas turns off the electricity and rips the breaker switch off the wall. Oh, and the attic isn't safe anymore.
Huh? Oh, he can get in the loft now, can't he? Yeah.
This is the home stretch, and what a fucking annoying home stretch it is, as now there's no more save points. First, you need to go down to the basement to try and flip back on the power, without knowing that he's ripped the handle off the wall. Once you do figure that out, you have to look around the whole house for the handle, as it doesn't tell you in the slightest where it is. Now, thankfully, this location isn't randomized, but unless you search up a tutorial, it can be a pain to find nonetheless. After you find the handle, you can flip the power back on. The police finally show up and save the day, after over 15 minutes. Lovely response time, boys in blue. Couldn't have been murdered in that time at all. Once the police come, it's revealed that Santa managed to escape the house and will most likely live to see another day. Also, there is no way he made it down that chimney. So that's Christmas night. Honestly, I love this game. Despite it being made by such a small team, it's such a polished and fun game to play. The game looks and plays amazing, and while it's not the scariest thing in the world, it's still a good horror game. Props to the team behind this game. 9 out of 10 would absolutely play it again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this video. I want to, of course, thank you if you made it this far. I really appreciate all your guys' support on my videos so far, and speaking of my videos, I know my upload schedule is horrendous, so to all of you who've decided to stick around, genuinely thank you. With my full-time job, it's hard to make these longer videos while doing the other things I enjoy and spending time with my family. So, beginning around the new year, I'm going to shake up the upload schedule of this channel. On this main channel, I'll be trying, keyword trying, my best to upload one smaller upload every 2 weeks, around 10 to 15 minutes. And then release these longer 30 to 40 minute videos like the one today every couple of months. As well as that, I've opened up a second channel that will be focused primarily on gameplay, both of the games I cover in these videos and just of the games I'm playing at the moment. So if you'd like something else to watch between bigger uploads that's a little different, you can find the link to the channel both in the description and it's right here on the screen. Now, there will be one more hiatus in February as I'm going abroad, so during February there won't be many uploads, but I'll try to get some smaller videos up on the second channel before I go away so there's something there. Again, thank you all so much. I really appreciate all your support on this channel, and I hope that we can grow this channel into something bigger one day. So thank you. Have a lovely holiday season. I know this video came out probably after Christmas at this point. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.